Well, we might win. Welcome back to Titans PIO, preseason, in-season, off-season, Titan coverage all year round, and we are about to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Yay! This is a game that we can win, which is crazy because, well, we're the Tennessee Titans, and winning is, well, it's not our specialty. Actually, our specialty is losing, so it goes against our specialty to win. But we'll break it all down here in a second. First and foremost, I want to address two minor things. The first one being we did lose against the 49ers. That is a game that, well, I don't think anyone really thought we were going to win. But we actually did pretty good. We came really close to hanging in there before halftime. But once again, the game got away from us. The 49ers, of course, clearly a better football team. And even though our players played hard, played their best, even Van Jefferson had a good play where he got hurt on. He's fine, so that's good. But, everybody was putting their effort in. Jeffrey Simmons was pouring his heart into the game. Got that great touchdown pass by Cam Ward. I love it when he comes on offense. And so, we had some good moments. Some players really step up. You can find some positivity in that game. And to be completely honest with you, the narrative that game was really bad. It wasn't really bad. It was an okay game. We just are not good enough to win. Cam Ward played okay. It just wasn't good enough to win. And I'm already seeing people start to really kind of just want to be done with Cam Ward and move on from him. They're not saying those words, but they're putting like little hints. And everybody's talking about him. It's like, well, he is a rookie, but, well, he's on a bad team, but, well, things take time, but, well, you can't just praise everything he does. You have to acknowledge the bad. Look, Cam Ward's not been fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But the amount of people that act like he's supposed to be fantastic with what he has to work with, look, I understand. Coming into the season, I thought things were going to go completely different. But after 3 or 4 weeks in, we knew where we stand. We realized, oh no, this is more than just we need a new QB. Now, do I think Cam Ward's a good quarterback? Yeah, he's not fantastic, but he's not bad. And I think he can become fantastic. I mean, let me rephrase that. He may be fantastic, but given what he has to work with this season, what were you expecting? And I know, oh, you're just making excuses for him. Look, he has some bad plays. I can admit he's had some bad plays, but I'm also a realist. Well, I'm just pointing out the obvious that he has no one to really throw to. Calvin Ridley got hurt, and even when he wasn't hurt, it wasn't great. Van Jefferson's hit or miss. Chimere DK is the most reliable person other than Gunnar Helm he has to throw to. And Alec Iomanner, as much as I like the guy, and I think he's going to be a good wide receiver, he's not had a fantastic year. Okay, so let's not act like Cam Ward's out there playing with A.J. Brown. If he was out there with someone like that, then we could have the argument of, okay, Cam, what's wrong? Why are you not connecting with these people? So, anyways, my whole point is, I'm not on the Cam Ward hate train. I don't know why it's gaining steam. And to be honest with you, that just really speaks to the fandom in general. If we're not playing fantastic, then you're a bust. We've had this happen with great players like Derrick Henry. We had it happen with other quarterbacks, Marcus Mariota, Ryan Tannehill. You can even start to argue Will Levis. Last season was bad, but now we clearly know it was not Levis's fault. Even if some things were, the majority of it was not his fault. We can fully recognize that now. Apologies to Levis for all the things he went through, but he was not the number one issue. I do not want to start the conversation of should he come back and battle out with Cam Ward. We'll see what happens this offseason. I don't think it should happen. I think that he probably has a bad taste in his mouth against the Titans anyways, and Levis would probably be happy to get out of Nashville. I might be wrong. He might love it here. He might want to try to fight back for that position. I don't know. But in my mind, if I was him, with everything that's happened last year and this year, and seeing how the team stands, I'd actually want out. I'd want to go somewhere else. So that would just be me personally. But I'm not Levis. Maybe he truly loves the Titans and would love to try to fight his way back. And I'm not against Levis. If anything, now we really put ourselves in an awkward position where we could have two really good quarterbacks at the same time. Now, do I really think that? I don't know. Because I cannot tell you off of last season and this season how Levis and Cam Ward stack up because, well, the reality is this team's just terrible all around. Neither quarterback had any real weapons. They didn't have a good O-line. They didn't have weapons to throw to. Cam Ward, you can argue, has had better weapons with the rookies this year than Levis did last year. The run game is okay, but it's not great, even with how Pollard's been playing lately, and it's been good, but really, it ain't like we played both seasons with Derrick Henry. Is it sad that I can think of the best wide receiver in my mind goes to AJ, and the best running back goes to Derrick Henry, and both of them were former Titans that we just recently got rid of, and they're actually doing good with the teams they have? We had a coach once. Anyways, my whole point is this. We cannot judge anything. And that's the issue we're at right now with this team. Going into this game against Kansas City, it doesn't matter. This team, it's hard to say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we win or lose now. I mean, for draft picks, sure. But I'm talking about in reality. Because what do we really have we're looking forward to? We know the coaching's not going to be here. I mean, there's just no way. So half the coaching staff's going to be gone. We're going to have a new head coach next year. We don't know. He may not even want Cam Ward. He might come in and say, Cam, get out of my face. I'm going to go get me a new guy. We don't know that. I mean, I highly doubt they'd hire a guy to do that. But you know what? This is the Titans. We can do anything. We're unpredictable. We are a very unpredictable team. We do things on a limb, so it wouldn't shock me at this point. Nothing would shock me. It would not shock me if we trade Jeffrey Simmons this offseason. No matter how great of a year he had as a Titan, no matter how much he loves this community, how much he wants to win a Super Bowl as a Titan, I would just get rid of him. But don't worry, we'll get some third-round picks. 1 or 2 for him. Don't worry. We'll be smart with it. This team doesn't have it. And I don't know if it's ownership. I don't think it is. It's easy to blame ownership, just like it was easy to blame Callahan. Well, Callahan's gone, and even though I don't think he was the answer now, some improvements, but a lot of stuff stayed the same. I think it's above the players and right below the very top of management. In that sweet spot in the middle, something is wrong. I don't know who it is. I'm not going to act like I know who it is. I have some theories, I have some guesses, but they're probably not right because I'm not in the building. How can you fix that? I don't know. Can Mike Bergonzi fix it? He's going to have to try. But somewhere in that sweet spot, above the players and I believe right below the owner, there's something wrong right there. And look, if you want to blame the owner, that's fine. I'm not saying she's not to blame for things. There's just something wrong. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know the answer to it, but right there is the issue, if you ask me. We've let great players leave the team. We've held on to players that were decent to okay because they were either cheaper. We've held on to bad players for lots of money. We've made questionable trades, very questionable trades. We keep talking about culture, but there is no culture. Anytime any real culture is trying to be shown, mainly Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons, it feels like everybody just whines and complains and says, no, we should just be happy with 1 or 2 wins and celebrate like we won the Super Bowl. Maybe they don't fit the culture. There is no culture for the Tennessee Titans. Our culture is nothing. It's whatever the players feel that day. We've heard this all year. The culture we're trying to build. It feels like the Tennessee Titans culture right now is we're just here until we can figure it out. And that's what I feel about this Chiefs game. We should win this game. Patrick Mahomes is hurt. He's out. The Chiefs have not played great this year. I mean, they still are better than us, but still, they've been knocked out of the playoffs. They're probably in the dumps, you know? Right now is the perfect time to strike, but do I think the Titans can do that? Do I think the Titans can come in and be like, well, the Chiefs are kind of down their luck. We can take advantage of it. No. And even if we bring a good head coach in, are we going to fire him because he doesn't align with the culture that we're trying to build? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And look, and I understand, maybe it is as simple as get a new head coach. Maybe that's all it is. And I hope it is. But whoever's been in charge, either it's Mike Bergonzi, Chad Breaker, whoever it is, Amy, who's ever been really pulling the strings a lot, and we can argue back and forth of who it is, it's not been working though. And it feels like I'm just complaining about the past and about everything that went wrong and everything. Yeah, I am. I am complaining because look at what we've had. 2 terrible, and I don't mean bad, I mean terrible seasons back to back. The fact that we got 2 wins this season is a shocker to me. And even though this Chiefs game should be one of the easiest games now, especially with Patrick Mahomes being out, I don't think we can do it. I really don't think we can do it. I want to be wrong, but even if we do win, let's say we win the rest of these games, great. Improvement for Cam Ward, the rookies improve, everything's going well there, great. The people in charge, though, what are they going to do this offseason? Who are they going to bring in? We're in a bad spot as Titan fans. A really bad spot. So, yeah, I want to beat the Chiefs. It was bad losing against the 49ers. Kevin Winston Jr., he's out for the season. Xavier Restrepo, yeah, he practiced this week, but apparently he's not going to play, so maybe they're trying to see if he recovers and heals up better, or maybe they just do what they always do, just go, we don't think you're good enough. Anyways, guys, do you agree or disagree? Do you think, no, I'm looking way too deep into this, we're just a few players and a head coach away from being back into the playoffs? Or do you think that this is something deeper, that there's more that needs to happen than just a head coach and just a few more good players or moving some people around? Do you think that it's actually internal in the organization? If you agree with me, great. If you don't, well, that's fine too. But put in the comments, tell me, what do you think? What do you think is the best step forward? Tell me, who do you want as the next head coach? Do you think Levis should come back and have a competition with Cam Ward? Or do you think we should just stick with Cam Ward no matter what and send Levis off and try to give him some picks for him? Do you think last year was Levis's fault? Tell me these things. Tell me what you truly think. Anyways, guys, so thank you for watching this video. And as always, tighten up.